Daylight executions and fire bombings are on the rise in Australia as underworld figures fight for control of the illicit tobacco industry, which is generating $13 million a day. Former mafia boss Michael Franzese knows this power struggle well. Born into New York's violent Colombo crime family, he was making $8 million a week before the cops caught up to him, with him. And the reform mobster joins us now live from Orange County, California for more. Good morning, mate. Nice to see you again, Michael. Look, the illicit tobacco trade is booming here in Australia. Do you think it's because it's lower risk than moving hard drugs?
Well, it's lower risk and it's a good reward because, the taxes are so high there that, organized crime can move in and they can certainly make money on the spread. It brings back the memory of prohibition back here. When there's a demand for something and, the organized crime can fill it, they're going to do it. And the tobacco industry, unlike, prohibition and alcohol the way it was here, it's not looked at the same. And so also people worry, they wonder, where's this extra tax money going? I understand the taxes on every cigarette are very high. Is it going for education? Is it going to inform people that they shouldn't be smoking? Is it going for public service, announcements? So this is a perfect area for organized crime to move into. I'm a little familiar with it. I know what the cost of cigarettes are in Asia as compared to what they are in Australia, here, even the United States. So these people are very smart. They jump on it. And they make money on the spread, and as a result, you have competing organized crimes groups, looking for that storefront to sell out of, and it's like a days of prohibition.
Yeah.
They'll go at it against each other.
Yeah, you raised some great questions. There's a big fight for control over the industry, right, following the murder of a Melbourne kingpin as well. In your experience, how do gangland wars escalate when key figures are executed? What are we in store for here?
Well, it's not the mafia there that's doing this. I understand it's other organized crime groups. So, but look, whenever anyone gets murdered, people get pretty upset on each side. So could it be the indication of another war? Could there be more violence? Absolutely, no question. But will there be? Only time will tell. It really depends on law enforcement and how efficient, how much they stop up their efforts, to stop something like this, because people don't want to go to jail. So it's going to be really about law enforcement.
How do you stop it?
Again, enforcement. They got to get out there, just like the FBI did here in the United States when they used the RICO Act so effectively to go against my family. I mean, I was, indicted 3 times on the RICO Act. So if they really step up enforcement, they will put mob people in their place. They're not going to be as, outspoken on the streets. They're not going to be as obvious. That's the only way to stop it.
That bloke over your right shoulder got done for tax evasion, didn't he?
What's that?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Look, you're coming down under in a couple of months, speaking Melbourne and Sydney. Who do you think would benefit from hearing your story?
Well, people have been benefiting for the last 25 or 30 years. I've spoken all over the world. I've been on 2 tours already in Australia, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. People need to be encouraged. They need to see that people can come back from a bad situation. I was a major member of organized crime. Everybody that I ran with during that time is either dead or in prison for the rest of their lives, and I've been able to overcome that. I know the life intimately well. I know the street life intimately well, and I've been able to get on the other side of that with some success. So people are encouraged by that. They're also intrigued by that life. It's you got to face it. I never realized, honestly, how intriguing my former life was to people while I was part of that life until I got out of it. That's when I realized.
A few good movies made about it. You can buy tickets to see Michael speak via franceselive.com.au. Good to speak to you as always. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Michael,